huge shout out to Paola Santander. She is another person on YouTube. Her tutorials are in a different language, and I could not understand them, but I was able to figure out how to make this. And I gave her a shout out on Instagram when I did this. I'm going to give her another shout out for me doing this tutorial. I hope that I do her justice. So I'm going to link her channel below. Please go check her out. Please give her a thumbs up. Tell her I sent you. And if you see another tutorial of hers that you'd like, I bet you I could figure it out and help us all out. Alright, keep watching. This is what we are going to be making with this tutorial. Look at how stinking cute this is. The belly band, and I added the printable to make these cut aparts. This goes like this, and then like this. This has a pull-out that when you, hold on, open it up, that gets slid in there. And then this section has 3 more folio mats. And then each one opens up to that and that. And the best part about this is when you, and it's real easy. I found that when I rewatched the video, there's only one difficult spot, but I'm pretty sure you guys can all figure that out. I have confidence. And if you can't, you know what? You can always email me. But look, ready? Look at this. So one folder goes there, one folio. The other one goes here. And then the last one goes behind that in its own little pocket. And then when they're all in, I readjust them so that they're all the same distance apart. And then you can add your belly band back to it. This is the project we are making now. Hey everybody, how are you? We're going to be doing the tutorial for this. I made this in my last project share, and I promised I would do a tutorial. So let's get started. First we need one piece of 8x8, and we can actually use 8.5 by 11s for that. So let's cut this at 8 by 8, and we're just going to put this off to the side. Then we need a 12 by 12 because we need to cut this one 8 by 9. So I'm going to cut this 8 by 9. And then I'm going to move this over to the side, and we're going to score. Now this is the 8 by 9, and I have the 9 running along the top. Let's score it at a 1/2 inch on the left and a 1/2 inch on the right. So that would go the 1/2 inch here to the 8.5 here, and let's score it. Yay! Alright, then we're going to fold and burnish. I know it's hard to see black on black. You know what I could do? Let me bring that in. Maybe you could see it better. Alright, so we just burnished that. Yeah, you know what? I'll just move this out of the way so I'm working on the blue. This way you can all see it. Now we're going to take that 8.5 one. Now you can use either your art glitter glue, or you know what? Just use your glue. Who am I to say what to use? Let me just I'm going to use my score tape for one part of this. And right here where I have it folded, I just want to add a piece of score tape just to make it sturdier, and you'll see why. Alright. Grab your glue of choice. Mine is my art glitter glue. And we're going to add glue down each side. And we're going to attach it corner to corner, corner to corner. And with glue, it gives you some time to readjust. And this is what we just made. Then I want you to take the score tape off, reach in and just pull it, and then give that a good burnish. And this is what we just created. This is going to be the base of our craft. Put this aside. I'm going to stick it right here in front of me. Now, the next one, we need 4 pieces of 6 by 8. 4 at 6 by 8. Your choice is whether you want to use your 12 by 12, which I would use. So I'm going to cut this at 8 first. And then I'm going to cut this one at 6. So I get 2 pieces from each 12 by 12. Okay? 2. We need a total of 4. I'll do it again. Cut it at 8. And then at 6. So here are our 4 pieces. We're going to bring our scoreboard back over. Two of these are going to get scored at a 1/2 inch and 7.5. So this one's going to get scored at the 1/2 inch and then at the 7.5. Put this aside. This one's going to get scored at the 1/2 inch and the 7.5. Is going to get scored at the 1/2 inch, the 4, and the 7.5. The 4th one is going to get scored the same way. The 1/2 inch, the 4, and the 7.5. I'm going to move our scoreboard over. We are going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. Not so bad, right guys? Not so bad at all. Alright. Now we have that. I want you to fold them backwards. See how we have this? Fold it so that it looks like that. See how I have that? Fold it so it looks like that. On both of these. Flip this one See how I have this? I need you to flip it upside down so that these folds are underneath. These two. What we're going to do is this. We're going to put, it doesn't matter which side. Can you see that? I want you to put glue on this. One side. We're going to add some glue to it. Just like that. We're going to turn it this way. We're going to line this side up with this side. Just line it up. Once you have it lined up, push that down. Okay? We just created that. Take the next folded one. Fold it so that it looks like this. Let's glue this side. Same concept. This side has to go along this wall. Line it up. And look at how it just fits like a perfect piece of the puzzle, right? Do you see what we just did? We just created this. So keeping this that way, right? We're going to take this piece with the sides facing up. We're going to now attach it like that. So what we're doing is this. We're putting glue on these two. We're putting glue on these two pieces. Just like that. Hold it down with these facing you. Line up your corners. And remember, with glue, you have a few seconds to line them up. It's not hard. It's actually very simple. And then give it a good burnish. And believe it or not, the hardest part is done. Woo! Not so bad, right, guys? Okay. Now that we're done with that, we need to get a piece of 5.5 by 7. So let's take back a 8.5 by 11, get our cutting board, and we need to cut, I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's cut 5.5 by 7. So I'm going to cut 5.5 by 7. And this is where we're putting it. You see where we're putting it? So what I want you to do is this. I want you to lay it so that all the corners, the corners are even. And I want you to just mark your line. Just on that top 2 corners. Just want you to mark that right there. Because now we know that the glue can't go past those 2 sides. So then you add your glue to both sides. You take your piece, line it up at the bottom, and give it a burnish. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. These 2 pieces we don't need, so let's cut them off. So I'm going to take my little scissor and I'm just going to cut up and cut over. And I just cut that little piece off. And I could trim it away a little nicer. Just like that. So on this side, can you see that? I'm going to cut up. And I'll turn it this way. And I will cut that off. so that it's all smooth, right? Now you take your favorite corner chomper. My choices are, I could use the traditional round, or I can use the scallop or the stud. I don't know. I used the scallop on this, and I really liked the way it came out. So I think I'm going to stick with the scallop. We're going to just do things the same. So I'm going to do all 4 corners at one time. There you go. And there you have it. All 4 corners are done. Next I want to do is this. All right. If you're looking at this, right? This is your top. This is your bottom. And how you could tell is that the shorter piece is over here. All right. So now I have it upside down. So my top is now on the bottom, and my bottom is now right here. This here one, I need to glue shut. So I want you to glue it with me. So I'm going to lay it back down. I'm going to take my art glitter glue. I'm going to just give it a small bead. Small bead, that's all you need. And then just seal that first flap up. That's it. And that first flap is now sealed. Alright, now we need a piece of 6 by 8. I don't know what I have here. So let me grab my cutter. Alright. We need a piece of 6 by 8. So I'll cut this at 6 and then at 8. Part of me thinks it's supposed to be 9. And I'm supposed to score at, whoops-a-daisy. Okay. Then I'm supposed to score it at the 1/2 inch and then the 7.5. I'll put the scoreboard to the side. Let's fold and burnish. Let's bring our piece back. This is our top right here, okay? What we're going to do is this. You see the way our sides are? These flaps are going to be on the bottom, just like this. We're going to glue these flaps, and we're going to place it onto this. So this plain one that we just cut, we're folding the flaps in and we're laying it down so the flaps are underneath. Then we're going to take the piece we were working on and we're going to glue the flaps that are already there. Whoops, I'm making a mess. Don't want any extra glue not where it's supposed to be. And we're going to take them and we're going to glue it down to this one. And you're going to line it up so that it's all even, right? And you're going to burnish. And we made ourselves another pocket. Now, what we have to do is we're going to clip these 4 corners again to get that extra piece off. You could have waited to crop, but you know what? It's all good. And now, this is the way it's looking, right? We have the pocket here. This is just a triangle, and we just created another pocket. We'll see how that pocket's open to below. We need to seal that shut like we did before. So this is my top, this is my bottom. Let's go to that last pocket and add just a bead of glue. Little itsy bitsy glue bead. That's it. Ha! Yay! Okay. Believe it or not, we're done with the first page of notes. We're moving on to the second page. It is time for the mats. That's how fast this is going to go, guys. It's time for the mats. Okay. All right, let's work on the large mat. Let's see if I did this right. Let's see. So our large mat is going to be this. And what I did was, because it measures, I don't know, what does this measure? This measures almost 16 inches. You can't use one piece of paper. So we had to add 2 pieces of paper together. And this is what I did. We need to cut 2 pieces at 8.5 by 8 by 7.5. So we need 2 pieces of paper, and we need to cut 8 by 7.5. Trying to move supplies out that we don't need. So I'm marking this at 8, and then we're turning it and cutting it at 7.5. I'm going to grab another piece of paper, and we're going to cut it at 8 by 7.5. And we got to bring back our scoreboard. Okay, on the 8-inch at the top, we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. Same thing, grab it, put it at the 8-inch side at the top, score it at a 1/2 inch. Now we're going to fold and burnish it, both of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to join them together. And this is how I join them together. Okay, so now we have them both there. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to add glue. You see there was an error. I'm going to add glue to this. And I'm going to put it past that. Like I'm going to score line up with score line. And you can do this. It's actually real simple. So just line score line up with score line and adjust it. See what I did? I lined score line up with score line, and now I just need to add glue. There we go. And you add glue to the back side of it and fold it over. Now you could have made one sheet 1/2 inch smaller and you would have had it. And I'm not adding enough glue. There we are. Okay. Now this is your first mat. Now for this mat, I cropped all 4 corners. So let's crop them now so that we remember. Because trust me, there comes a time where you go, oh my gosh, I forgot to crop it. And then we could put this mat aside. Yay! Now we're on to the little mats. And those we're going to need 3 of. And that would be these cute little ones. Alright, these are the cute little ones. Let's bring in our papers cutter, and we're going to need 3 of them. And this is the sad part because it's kind of wasteful for paper as far as the 6x12 go. So we have to cut this at 6 3/4. I wish it was 6x6, but it's got to be 6 3/4. I would love to save paper, but it doesn't do it that way. So that's 6 3/4 by 12. This is 6 3/4 by 12. And this one is 6 3/4 by 12. Now we're going to bring back our scoreboard, and we're going to score them in half. So that means we're going to score them on the 6-inch line. One, 2, 3. Fold and burnish all of them. Just like that. And then I'm going to just stick them together because I want to crop the corners. All 4 corners. You could do them individually, but for the sake of video purposes, I did them together. So those 3 mats are done! Yay! Now it's time for decorating. Ready to decorate? All right, let me get all my papers together and I will be back. Now this is what I did. I cut all the pieces to save time when we put it together. So what we're going to do first is we're going to grab that first piece that we made, that pocket, right? So this is the 8x8. My closure is on this side, your left side. And what I did was I cut a front and a back. And these are 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. I did not crop the corners on these. I just wanted it to be a square look. A lot of this was going to be hidden by the overlay, and I wanted some of it to show. That's why I did it. I did not crop the corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mat these all with you together. And you can feel free to fast forward or just hang out with me as we do this. If I can get my perfect art glitter glue to work. There we go. It just needed to be stuck with a needle. Alright, I want my grains, if you're using the same paper pad, I want my grains to be running up and down. So let's mat it so that there's an equal amount on all 4 sides. Okay, remember our opening is over here. I'm just flipping it over and I want my grains to run up and down. I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be like, you're gonna be like, wow, this is like the best little flip album, mini album that you can actually come up with. And I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to try to type out the directions or the cuts that you need. And you can print them out and have them forever, and then if you ever need to come back and rewatch the video, all your papers can be cut. Because it's really no funky cuts. This is actually, you know, it's easy peasy. Right? That side's done. Now, I'm just going to place it over to the side. Now I'm bringing back over our, kind of like our accordion. Alright, so this is my back, this is my front. For my front piece, I chose the woodland theme again. And I cut this out to be 6 3/4 by 5 1/4. And this one, I'm going to actually do my corners. Wow. My corner chomper is, and I did it the wrong way. But you know what? I used the stud. For this one, I'm going to leave it that way. Only because I'm not doing this again. Nope, not having it. Oh well. Now we're going to glue this one down. Make sure you use the right side of your corner chomper. No big deal. It's going to look darling, cute, amazing. It's really okay. At least from, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you this as soon as I'm done. Wow. I think I'm going to do this for the whole thing. Ready? Look at this. Look at the way that, let me grab a piece of white paper. Ready? Look at the way that that looks. With the scalloped in the black, and then that's probably why they put them together. They complement each other. Oh, that's so, so cute. Huh, look what we just found. Alright, and if you already knew that, you can laugh at me. Alright, so that's done. Woo! Now this is what we do. We bring this one back over. Our opening is on our right. We're going to glue these two sides and we're going to put it down. What I like to do is, actually this one I'm going to do a little bit different. I think I want some of the grain to be showing on the bottom on this one. On this one, I really didn't have the grain showing, but I want a little bit of the grain to show. Changing it up just a little. That's the best part about all these projects. You know, somebody designs it, someone comes up with it, you change it a little, and you make it your own. Gotta make things your own. Put your own little spin on things. Okay. I love these little woodland guys. And I'm just going to turn it over and go this way so that that really sticks down. And it is down. Alright. Let's do the sides. So let's open this up. And you see we have 4 different patterns. 4 different spots. On this one, I like the way these 2 colors complemented each other. So that one there, I think I might, yeah, I'm going to do it this, let's see what they look like. I'm going to change this album up. That's what I'm going to do. Yep, going to do that. Actually, these 2 go together, don't they? Actually, maybe I'll do it this way. Change it up. Change it up. Okay, now I think I'm going to continue with the stub end of it. And I'm going to do all 4 corners. I'm just going to give it a different look. What the hey. That's what I'm going to do. make a mistake, instead of making lemonade, right? What do you make? I don't know. I don't remember. What is that saying? Oh my gosh, listen to me trying to make sayings. Okay, so you cut all 4 corners on these. Did I give you the dimensions on these? I don't think I did. The dimensions on these are, for this section I made a mistake, so I have to go back and redo the video. So these pieces for the 4 of these are supposed to be 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. I cut this one wrong. I'm gonna use the stub because I, did that whoopsie-daisy on the front, but I like the way it looks. So these 2 I have to just redo real quick. Okay, that's not it. What did I just do with the other one I had? Okay. So I got 4 pieces at 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. Perfect. So basically I did make this mistake. I'm going to go right over it. Going right over it. Because if I try to take it out, it just won't work. It will rip my book. And there we go. Sorry for that little mishap. Mayhem. I feel like, what is that? Is that a Geico commercial? Or what is that commercial where mayhem? Allstate? Is it Allstate? With that guy with the black eye. Yeah. I feel like there was a little mayhem in this. Yep. Just a little. But nothing we can't handle, right? Nothing we can't handle. And I decided that I'm going to do the 2 pumpkins together. Oh, I like the way that looks. Because they mirror image each other. Yep, I'm going with it that way. It just happened to work out that way. Don't know how. Won't ask questions. But I kind of like it. Alright. Perfect. Absolutely love it. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Try to make it go faster. I guess if you're really doing the tutorial with me, it doesn't matter how long it takes as long as we get her done. Guys, please don't forget to hit that like button while you're watching this. It means a lot to me. Alright, so now we're going to close it, and we're going to open up the other side. And on the other side, we have these 2 and these 2. And I think I'm going to stick with the same theme where the 2 colors are going to be together on the inside. I'm just going to do it that way. So I'm going to put all 4 of these together. I'm going to make sure that they match. 3 1/4 by 5 3/4, and I'm gonna corner chomp them. I'm gonna make sure I'm using my stud side. Isn't that how amazing how you make one mistake and you're like, yep, that's not gonna happen again in this project? No, 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 no. I'm gonna do these just like this. Just like this. Just like that. Don't forget, leave me a comment below. Tell me, what's your favorite paper pad? What's your favorite time of the year? What's the best thing about this project so far? What do you like the best? I love the fact that we made that little mechanism. I like things like that. And if you make this, who will you be giving it to? Oh, there you go. Who will we be giving this to? I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a giveaway? perhaps? That would be nice, right? I haven't done a giveaway in a long time. And if you're seeing this like months after the fact, I'm sorry you missed the giveaway. Huh. That's why it's so important to hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah, this way, and that bell. Turn that bell on so you get notifications on when I post things. Hope you enjoy my channel. I try to, like I said, keep it real. I want this channel to be touchable. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like fake and, you know, I want it to be real. Oh my gosh, so loving this. Okay, so now this flips open so that it looks like that. Isn't that cute? And this is done. Now we bring in the matting part of it. Now for the big folio. Okay, we're gonna do the big one. And the inside pieces are gonna be 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. Let's glue them down. And don't forget to corner chomp. I did that already because I had a little whoops-a-daisy that I had to go back and re-edit this video. Okay. Perfect now. Yay! Yesterday while I was doing this, I was flying by the seat of my pants. Today, I'm actually going through the motions to make sure that all my math was correct. I guess I wrote down things a little bit wrong, but now we get to fix it. And by the time you watch this, they will be perfect. And let's hope I typed them out perfectly. Okay. The best part about this is make sure your patterns are running in the right direction. And because this is a perfect square, you don't have to worry about that. Not at all. Yep. Done. Okay, that's the inside. Now the outside goes like this. Okay, for this part of the project, I have my opening this way, and I have my checkered pattern on my left and my acorn pattern or my leaf pattern on my right. Woo, there was a fly in here. All right, so this here is 3 by 7 1/4. Wow, there's a fly in the house already. Huh. So let's put that one down. Remember, just to crump, see how this is? Make sure that you do your corners only on this side of the paper. This side says straight. Same thing straight on this side, and only chomp the corners on this. I'm going to add this one down. Just like that. And then this one is 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. And I'm going to leave a little gap in between. Remember, only chomp 2 corners. Just like that. Now, I did this side already, and now I just have to add this side. Thank you to editing, I was able to fix mistakes. Yay! Gotta fix those mistakes. Okay. But that's all good. All good. So now this is done! Yay! So let's grab our folio, right? The closed side is over here. And we put it in. Let's see. put it in, but leave it stick out a ½ inch, just like that. Isn't that the cutest? All right, I'm gonna stick my other one back in, the one that's already finished, just to keep things organized and neat. Okay, let it stick out a ½ inch. Now what we're gonna do is, we're up to, move this over to the side, we're up to these 3 folios. Now these 3 folios are all the same size because she made them already. Alright, the openings are on my right, and this is how it's going to look. Let's work the inside first. Now in this paper pad, this was a 12 by 12. I made photocopies of these. So when I made photocopies of this page, because I needed 3 of them, I then cut out my excess, and this becomes like 10 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now you can decorate the inside of these whichever way you want. If you wanted to add, you know, one whole page, you could design this any way you want. I knew I wanted to design this with that. I love that logo. So I'm just going to find my half mark, and I'm just literally folding it in half. I don't feel like doing math. Sometimes I like to do math, and other times I don't want to do math. So I'm going to find my half, I'm going to give it a burnish, and now I know where I'm going to line up when I put it on the inside. So let's do that for all 3. And don't forget, we got to do the corners. Did I do the corners on mine? I don't remember if I did the corners on mine. Yep, I did. But we're going to use the corner, the stub, where I am. That's sort of, you know what, I'm also kind of curious. You know, after you make this and you go back, let me know which one you preferred. Alright, now let's do corners. And I'm using the stub. Alright, let's do it the right way. Let's do it this way. Do all 4 corners. Honestly, I can almost smell fall. It's spring. Our leaves are blooming, but this has got me reminiscing of fall. Alright, those are done. Loving this. Loving this. I hope you guys are loving it too. Okay, so I'm leaving it folded in half. I'm adding my glue to both sides. Actually, I don't have to leave it folded in half. Who am I kidding? Just give it enough glue. And then what I like to do is grab it, stick it in there, and then fold it. You'll get it right, trust me. As long as it's in that center line, it will line up. Because I don't want any bubbles. One of mine had bubbles and it was driving me crazy. Making me crazy. Okay, loving that. Let's do it again. Sometimes glue, less is more. If you know what I mean. And I want to give a shout out to all the girls. I went live last night. Well, when I was making, when I was putting the original one together, I had went live just to hang out with the girls. I just want to give a shout out and say thank you to all the girls that hung out with me. Okay. Folding it in half, sticking it where I have the same amount of space on both sides, making sure that it's in the crease, and then rubbing it out. There we go. Let's do this one more time. Okay. I'm going to keep it folded in half. And I'm going to make sure I have enough room on both sides in that crease, and I'm going to open it real quick and make sure that I am in there. And that works. Yay! Loving that. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, so all of mine are running this way. I want to make sure that they're all in the same direction. All right. So with them just like that, we're going to grab, now we need 6 of these because we're decorating the front and the back. And I'm doing them in the same pattern just to make life easier. So we need 6 of these at 2 by 6.5. And that works. And we're only cutting 2 corners. All right, now when I cut my paper, I actually, once again, cut it so that all my lines line up. And honestly, I want to try to keep it that way. I know it sounds crazy, but my lines line up. So this will be my fronts. So I'm going to keep them together, and I'm just going to do 2 of my corners. That one and that one. And now I know that it's going to be that one, and that one. So let's lay them down. I'm not going to fast forward this video because sometimes when I watch videos that are fast forward, I'm like, I feel like I missed out on something. So I'm not going to fast forward these videos, the tutorial. And I hope that you don't mind. I might get quiet, because sometimes I'm like, what do I talk about? What do you guys want to hear? That one I didn't line up correctly, and it's going to bother me just a little. That's alright. You know what? 'Tis what it is. But you know what? It's handmade, homemade. We're not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Close to it, but doesn't have to be. There we go. Now let's flip them over and do the other side. Okay? Let's do the other side. We have 3 to do on the other side. And honestly, I'm going to do the same thing with these. I'm going to line up my lines. And I'm going to cut my corners. I kind of did this one on purpose. I did it by accident last night on the original, but I was like, wow, that worked out really well. 1, 2, 3. And you know what's great is that, you know, if you're working along with this video, we could be in the same... We could do it together. Pretend I'm hanging out crafting with you in your craft space. It's kind kind of why I went live that night that I was decorating these. I just wanted to hang out with people that like to craft. Next one. See how it's not a hard craft. And I hope that by me doing this tutorial, it makes your life a little easier. Like, it's not a hard tutorial to follow. I hope I made it an easy tutorial to follow. And the best part of it is, I have the whole house to myself, and the dogs are actually behaving. It's because there's nobody around. Usually I get interrupted a million times a day. But my oldest and my husband are away for the day, and my youngest and his girlfriend are at the movies. I don't have to cook dinner. I went out to breakfast with my girlfriends. Huh, life is good. All right, moving on to this portion of the card. These pieces, remember we need 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And honestly, these look too big. These look too big. Or maybe not. You know what? I'm going to round my corners on one. Let me round my corner. Go round my corner, cut my corner. And this way I have a visual. Nope, that would be perfect. Let me check on this one. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm doubting myself, and I shouldn't do that, right? Okay. Ready? These are supposed to be cut at 3 3/4 by 6 1/2. 3 3/4 by 6 1/2, and we need 6 of these. And don't forget, only one side gets the corner chomp. Only one side. And if your paper runs in a specific pattern, don't corner chomp until you're ready for it to put it down. This way you know which way your pattern's running. All right. Home stretch, everybody. Home stretch. Leave me a comment below. What is your favorite adhesive? What's your favorite? Do you use Aleene's? Do you use score tape? Do you use our glitter glue? I actually have a book binding glue here that there are some bigger projects that I love to use. It was my youngest son's an art major, was an art major, graduated now, and when he was doing bookmaking, he introduced me to that, and I fell in love with it. Kind of compatible almost to our glitter glue. I feel like I filled this up last night and it's almost empty. Some days I feel like art glitter glue lasts forever, and then other days I feel like it doesn't. I feel like I have like a block in here. Now's not the time for it to get frozen. No getting frozen. No freezing up on me. Oh, I just had a wow moment where I go, oh my gosh, what if I didn't press the record button? Holy moly, could you imagine? I'd be crying. I would be on the floor crying. Hope that made you laugh. I was like, ah. I looked up, but the record button's there. That would have been so sad. So sad. All right. Okay, one side down. Let's take them and do the other side. Loving this. Loving this. I might have to pause this and figure out why my glue's not working along with me. It's being very, very difficult. Okay. Sorry, my camera's shaking. But I think I got the clog out. There was a big old clog in it. Clogging up, clogging it up. Super, super cute. Oh. And last one, and then we get to put her together. Ready? And if you get this here line perfect, the rest falls into place. Okay. These three are done. This is my original, and these are my originals, so I'm going to put them back in my folder. These are the three originals going back in just like that. Now we're going to take our one that we're working on and we're going to add them inside. 1, 2, and 3. So now with these, what I do is I adjust them to the heights that I would like them to be. Just like that. See that? Okay, yay! Alright, so then what I did was this. I wanted to do the leaves are falling, autumn is calling. You could do whatever your heart's desire. You could decorate this any way you please. But this is what I want to do. See, I made a photocopy of my paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on my black line, make sure that it's straight, and I'm going to cut it out. Then what I did was, okay, I took oh, this didn't come out very good. Autumn is going. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it up just a little because this is the way it worked. Now, I'm going to do, let's just see how it looks. I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to cut there. What I did was I left the leaves in and I made it so that autumn is calling, leaves are falling. And I'm going to put it right there. Just like that. And I'm going to leave it square. You can do it any way you want. I just kind of liked it square. I'm going to go right above his antlers, give myself a little bit of, I don't know, like a 1/4 of an inch so that it gives it dimensional looking. Now I'm not adding dimensionals to this because I want to do the belly band. All right. Now for the belly band. We had a bunch of scraps. Ah. These are the 12 by. I just made them 2 by 12s. 2 and 2 by 12. Now for this part of it, I like to bring back my score tape. I don't know why. I just like to make my belly bands so that they are strong enough. And I always find score tape really is very strong. So I am just adding them together. Just like that. And what I did was, let's see what I did. I don't know where my original belly band is. Okay. My original belly band looks like this. Alright, as we were working on this, I took a little break and I went into the print shop portion of my mind and I created something for you all. Ready? Look at what I made. I found free clip art on the internet. I brought it in to Design Space. There will be a Cricut Design Space file down below if you have a Cricut. You could do print and then cut. Or you can print this out yourself and fussy cut it. And I will fussy cut it with you. But let's first finish our belly band. Alright, so I'm gonna actually add my belly band onto my scoreboard. And I'm gonna score it at 9 1/2. I scored at 9 1/2. No, I'm not. Let's change that. Scored at 9 1/2. It doesn't matter. Because I'm not going to get too crazy over this. And then I'm going to score it again. See I'm on my scoreboard. I am then going to put it in and I'm going to score it at 8 5/8 from it being against my wall here, right? Just like this. I'm going to trim off my excess closer to here. But I don't want to make it snug because if you actually add photos to this, that would just be amazing. Alright, so see what I did here? Just make your belly band. But don't pull it tight. Let's leave some room for adding some pictures. So what I like to do is I add some glue to this side and then I add glue to this side. And we should be golden. Don't pull it too tight. And make sure it's not sticking to below. Yay! Then what I did was I added another piece of the wood. And I think for that piece, I forgot to cut that, so I have to go get a scrap. Let me grab a scrap. Alright. Since this is 2, I'm going to make this piece. Mine is a perfect scrap, so I'm going to make it 8 by 1 3/4. Yep. And then I am going to do all 4 sides in my stub. Gonna lay it down just like that. Let's glue it on. I am going to take it out though so that I can get it flush. As soon as I put glue on this, I'll take that out because I don't need it in there because I don't want to get glue on the other parts of it. Now I made mine a little too snug. Make yours loose, please. Don't do what I do. So I am going to add this. gonna make it even. All right, just like that. And now I'm gonna grab our little guys, and I'm gonna fussy cut them with you. I am. I don't usually fussy cut things because I have a Cricut, but for the heck of it, we'll fussy cut it together. Because we can. Gonna start with the easy one first, right? I mean, even if you wanted to, you could have just cut this as a square and rounded the corners, or you can fussy cut it, or a rectangle, I should say. It's full, y'all. One down. And let's see how we do with the next one. And what's great is now this file is yours. If you mess up on this, print it again. Oh, I am in love with these little critters. I did enjoy cutting mine out with the Stampin' Up! Punch. I mean, if you have that, feel free. If you have other critters that you have. But look at how stinking cute he is. Oh my gosh, these are going to look so darn cute. So darn cute. And if you have your Cricut, it'll be all done for you. But I wanted to just do it so that everyone can do this. Even if you have a Cricut or don't have a Cricut, we can all play together. Right? Yeah, that's what it's all about. Teamwork. Oh, you know, so many different things out there on the internet that are free. Make your own ephemera. Why not? If you're in the middle of a project and you need to add something, go find it. I'm sure there's an image out there. Print it out. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm doing dimensionals. And I have them right here. Yes, I am. I am loving dimensionals. If you don't know me, and this is like your first time hanging out with me or watching one of my videos, I do love dimensionals. They're one of my favorite things to play with. That they are. Now this one, I'll move this out of the way so you can actually see it. I'm going to wind up cutting a dimensional to make it fit even better. Because I want him to be popped up. And then I'll grab this guy. And I'll use that one for his tail. Love him. Oh my gosh, guys, we're almost done. And I'll probably cut this one. Gotta cut this one up just a tad. Oh my gosh, makes it so much easier than doing that punch. I did enjoy playing with the punch. I'm glad I own it, but I'm so glad that now you guys can do the same exact thing. I hope that you have this paper, and if you don't have your paper, I would love to see what you create. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Donna Powered by Creativity. Always tag me in things. That would be fine. You can always email me. Alright, so let's put the old one back on. Ah, that's upside down. Let's put the old one, right? My original. Let's put my original back on. just like that. And then this is our new one. Look at how stinking cute this is. Oh my gosh. Thank you everybody for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoy your cut aparts. Don't forget to give me a shout out, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. I like these better than these. I mean, they're both cute. They really are. But enjoy it, and I will see you all real soon. Bye.